Hey, it's Chris. Every year I make a list of the top 100 websites that I run into, and last year I made a top 10 video, and I'm gonna do the same thing this year. And just before you ask, all the links are down in the description. First up on my list this year is a site called Futurism. In a nutshell, it covers breakthrough technologies and scientific discoveries. With categories to read like advanced humans, future society, and virtuality, you know there's lots of interesting stuff here. Plus, they have tons of interesting infographics and videos. Next up is The Outline, which was actually started by the co-founder of The Verge, Joshua Topolsky. Now, in terms of content, The Outline covers three major areas: power, culture, and future. So stuff that everybody can relate to. But what might be even more interesting is that they're trying to reinvent what a modern website can look like and feel like. And that's worth a visit just for that. My next pick is a site called More Than Just Parks. Now, I'm lucky enough to live in an area that's just an hour away from a national park, and I love all the natural beauty around this area. But lots of people don't have the opportunity to visit our national parks, and this website will get you as close as possible without actually being there in person. For each park, there's a jaw-dropping film along with some really great photos and some interesting information, and they're adding new parks all the time. Letterlist is a website that's all about helping you find worthwhile newsletters. I know, in my experience, most newsletters suck, but when you find one that's really good, it can really be enlightening. The site's really simple and straightforward. Things are curated into categories like design, tech, money, and growth. Are you ready to fall in love with your inbox again like it's 1999? Amazon recently launched a new section of the site called Interesting Finds, and it's full of all kinds of cool stuff you normally would never run into because it's buried beneath the surface. Now, I personally spend way too much time in the gadgets, smart home, workspace, and daily carry sections. And mostly I'm just kind of blown away by how cheap and affordable all this cool stuff is. Now we're gonna talk about something that's a bit more serious. That's Thought Economics. This is a site that describes itself as a journal of thought capital, and all that really means is that they get exclusive interviews with the world's thought leaders. So if you want to be smarter about how the world works and where it's headed, this is a really valuable resource. Next up is Betalist, and if you like startups like me, then this is going to be perfect for you. You know as well as I do that if you struggle with some sort of problem, there's probably a startup out there trying to solve it. So if you want to connect with them, just browse through the categories, and it's also fun to check out the featured startups right on the homepage. Next up is Magenta, which is all about the intersection of people, design, and technology. Now, if you're trying to be creative, you need to spark that creative process, this is far better than browsing an inspiration site like Dribbble, and here's why. You can actually learn to be creative instead of just looking at what someone else has done, thanks to the thought-provoking feature articles. Now, being a person who makes a living reviewing and talking about technology, I'm obviously very into wearable tech. And my go-to source for wearable tech news is called Wearable. That would be wear like W-A-R-E, not W-E-A-R. The depth of this site is pretty astounding. From smartwatches to virtual reality, this site will definitely help you stay ahead of the next wave in technology. Now, my last pick for this year is called Order of Man. It's just a site for guys who want to live with purpose. Now, I love when I find a site for guys that isn't just about fitness and females, that has some actual substance. I mean, what guy doesn't want to achieve self-mastery and create a legacy? Now, if you haven't already, check out the full list on my website. The link is down below, and check out the other lists as well. I've been doing this since 2012. There's so much cool stuff for you to discover. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I'm at Dailytekk, spelled Daily, T-E-K-K, in all those places. And I'll catch you in the next video. Later.